I'm Rick Kahler. Thanks for joining me. What do you think of the FIRE movement? A reporter asked me that question recently. I told her, I'm ambivalent. The FIRE acronym in this context stands for Financial Independence, Retire Early. While a Harris poll done in late 2018 found that most people over 45 had never heard of the FIRE movement, it apparently has caught fire amongst millennials. The focus of FIRE adherence is lifestyle more than finances. Two books are the foundation of the FIRE movement: Your Money or Your Life, written in 1992 by Vicki Robin and Joe Dominguez, and Early Retirement Extreme, written in 2010 by Jacob Lund Fisker. The concept was popularized in 2011 by blogger Pete Adney, who goes by Mr. Money Mustache, who lives in Longmont, Colorado, not terribly far from here. At the age of 30, Adney and his wife retired with a retirement fund of $600,000 and a paid-for home. According to the reporter who interviewed me, many advisors have strong opinions against the FIRE movement. Now, this might seem odd to you. After all, financial independence and retiring early is often the goal of those seeking financial planning. That was certainly one of my goals when I was the age of today's millennials. I find really very little to criticize about adopting a frugal lifestyle and saving as much as possible. For decades, I've suggested living on half of what you make, with a goal of reaching financial freedom as soon as possible. Some FIRE proponents do save up to 50% of their income, which is 5 times more than their peers, according to a January 21st, 2019 investment news article by Greg Ikasiri. I hope I got that right. He wrote a article titled "Is the FIRE Movement in Hot Water?" What makes many financial planners uncomfortable is the definition of early. In my day, early was age 50, not 30. In the terms of FIRE, Adney promotes a lifestyle of aggressive frugality with the goal of retiring as soon as possible, using a 4% withdrawal rate as a guideline to determine the nest egg you need to accumulate. Now, this raises two obvious issues that need clarification. First, you need to earn enough to be able to live on 50% of your income. Relatively few young adults make that much. There's no magic income number, since the cost of living varies so much across the country. One's definition of frugality is also important. To some, that may mean setting the thermostat at 68 all winter or driving a small fuel-efficient vehicle. For others, it may mean chopping your own wood to heat your living space only with a wood-burning stove, or doing without a car altogether. As with many things, the wisdom is knowing when frugality crosses the line to dangerous deprivation. Finally, the earlier you retire, the longer your retirement nest egg is going to have to last. With a 4% withdrawal rate, someone retiring at age 70 has a much higher probability of seeing their investment portfolio last for their income than someone retiring at age 30. Also, the rate of return on the portfolio is critical. The higher the rate of return, the longer the funds will last. However, the more volatile the portfolio is, the shorter the funds are going to last to some degree, regardless of return. So if there's any problem with the FIRE formula, it's probably this area. Since the average 30-year-old may live another 60 years, and assuming a 4% return, a net of mutual fund fees and advisor fees, I'd make a strong argument for a 2% withdrawal rate, not a 4%. Someone age 50 could reasonably retire on a 3% withdrawal rate, while somebody age 60 or above could probably be safe at 4%. But if you're 30 years old, you'd better look at a 2% withdrawal rate. As with any conflagration, playing with fire irresponsibly can end up burning down the house. But used wisely, it can sustain life and make living much more rewarding. Thanks for joining me.